Good morning. Spirit came to me in different ways. You know, I've been hearing, like, for the past probably couple weeks, I've been hearing aluminum. And then I was laying last night in my bed, and then, you know, the coffee pot, I have a percolator, and it's an older percolator, and I looked it up, and that older percolators are made with aluminum lining. That means that, aluminum can get into my coffee and I can be drinking it. And being exposed to aluminum is not good for the fucking body at all. So, and I've noticed since my mom gave me that coffee pot that, I have been deteriorating in health. So, this morning I got up and went to her house, and she's got newer coffee pots and boxes. So I just grabbed one of those, and today I'm having some coffee made out of just a regular, coffee pot, like one of those little plastic ones or whatever. I love vintage, and I love the way the appliances were, how they brewed. I love the percolator. I enjoyed the coffee, how it was brewed, and the taste of it. However, I don't want to sit there and continue in something that's dangerous. I love toys, and some of the toys made, in the back in the day, they were dangerous because they were made out of materials, and you know, you know, I don't think people did it to be sinister. I just think they did it because, they didn't know. Or if they did, then, it could have been sinister. Who knows? They could be trying to kill us all or make us suffer. You know, hell, hell if I know. But, I do try to do my best to listen to the spirits about me. And that was one of the things. Also, one of the spirits came to me this morning. It was talking about women who run, who are pastors in the churches of man. And, I say that it's a man. It doesn't matter what gender people are. A man is a man. So, who cares if she's female? She's preaching the same word. It's not like she's divided against y'all. Gender has nothing to do with it. A man is a man. Human. And the quicker that humans stop dividing themselves by gender, politics, race, class, all this stuff, then and come in unity, the better the world will be around them. Because what they're doing is saying, well, women can't do this or men can't do this, and they're fighting and pointing fingers since the fucking beginning. Adam and Eve, the story of the first two, basically what they did was manipulate and connive each other. And history, the way it's written, the truth is never there. It's just one side's perspective over another. So I would believe that, the serpent misled Eve, and then Eve went and misled Adam, because women do that. They do want what's best, or they might manipulate someone to get what they want. Who knows? I don't know the mindset of Eve. I know that she said she wanted to be like God, so therefore I don't know if she wanted to be like God because she wanted to be closer to God. And I say that's a God of man, the creator of man, or did she want to be like a god and be worshipped and praised and all that stuff? So I don't know Eve's fucking mindset. So I can't, go into that. However, when it comes to the churches of men, I don't think women should be leading men in that manner. For one, I don't think churches, temples, synagogues, any of that, I think they're all perverse. And that's just how I see them. So, no, I really don't want a woman to be head of that, because it's a clusterfuck. It's an abomination upon the land. That should be led by men, because it just seems like who should be the leader of it. You know, just like the the president, the leader of men, should be another man because he's an idiot. And that's the head. That's their head. You know, a woman should not be trying to be a head of a body that is not for her. Men are not for women. I don't care how new age time gets or what is said or what, you know, what positions women take. It's just men. The male is not for the female. There's just a connection for breeding, but other than that, if they didn't have that genitalia, there would be no connection. I could guarantee if you took men and women and took their genders away and just made them in one form, they would not associate with each other. And that's just what I think. I do, I do. You know, when I look back and I do read scripture and I pay attention to all that has been said in history, and, you know, I have hindsight and future sight. That means I can look back in hindsight and tell someone, hey, don't do that because I have future sight to see what's going to happen next. I can give someone their fate simply by, you know, looking at what's around them because you entomb yourself. Like everything we do in life, like just like my aluminum coffee pot, if I hadn't sit there and the spirit hadn't made me aware that it was dangerous for me, then I would have kept on, and that would have been, you know, part of my death. It might have not killed me right away, but it would have crippled me slowly over time. Or it might have ate at my mind. It might have caused health problems. Who fucking knows? However, I'm very in tune with my body and my spirit and my mind and my heart. So, you know, I'm growing in soul. So I am always aware. You know, if something happens, if my body's not feeling right, then I'm aware of that. I don't just go to the doctor and try to get a pill or get a diagnosis. I try to figure out why the fuck I'm having those issues in the first place. And all should be aware of their environment, how they're thinking, you know, their heart condition, how they're going about, you know, in this world. You know, a lot of people go without paying attention to their heart. You know, uh, now when it comes to feelings, you can't be led by feelings and you can't be controlled by emotions. However, if your heart is heavy and burdened and you're full of woe, then you need to sit there and, you know, wake up to that. You know, there's a time to mourn. Like if someone passes away, there's a time to mourn, but then there's a time to put that away because we all leave the flesh. And, you know, there's a time to mourn that flesh, but realize there was a spirit inside that flesh. And if it's truly love, then that spirit will always come back to you, or they might not even leave your side. They might just be, you know, waiting there for you to come out of the flesh too. If it's love, it's love. And that's what, you know, I have spirits all about me and they'll come and visit and whatever. They always come back because I have love for them, but at the same time, you know, I wonder the truth behind it. You know, I was like, well, why do they keep on visiting me? And I think it's just because I have a different understanding and I can see the spirit world in a different manner. Communication. I have some spirits come to me and they want me to go give messages to others. And I'm like, yeah, you know, if it's on my path, then that's fine. I'll go talk to others. However, I'm not interested in being a medium. For one, because the spirit world is overwhelming, especially death. I mean, when you start seeing death, then yes, if you're, you know, I'm part of the living flesh right now. So me seeing death is, it starts kind of getting at me. And that's what I say to the spirits out there. Stop trying to show me, you know, how you died. You know, if you want to show me some, you know, interesting stories or whatever, that's fine. But when it comes to death, I am not interested in death. I'm not morbidly minded. You know, when it comes to the flesh and its demise, I'm not interested, because I am a light. I'm a life preserver. You know, I want to help others live, and live in abundance with love, peace, harmony, unity. You know, um the flesh, you know, when people meet their uh the demise of it, or the end of it, go through so much fucking pain and suffering. And I see this, and I feel this, and I know this. And you know, it's like I'm experiencing what they did, and I don't fucking want that, because I didn't walk that walk. Like, I'm not interested in death or feeling that death, because I do everything in my living life to avoid that pain, suffering, destruction, and whatever. And I say to those out there, you bring your own death upon you. Yes, the flesh expires. That I know. You know, maybe it wouldn't if there was, you know, if we lived in a world of harmony, peace, and a heavenly state where, you know, certain things weren't made out of materials, or this destruction. You know, this world is full of destruction, and it's a curse. So, you know, eventually we're going to age and expire and all that stuff. It's just the truth of the world we're in, you know. um I want to live my best life possible, you know. No, I don't want to live forever in this state of being, because it gives me anxiety, it gives me stress. I mean, hell, I don't go out into the human world or the societies of men very often, because they stress me the fuck out with all the noise, it's fast paced. You know, everywhere you go, it's like people are in a fucking hurry to get here, get there. It's all zooming around. So no, I don't enjoy that. Anyways, I am trying to heal. So there's certain things that I'm going to put away until my body recovers, and just try to listen to myself. I love my cannabis, but the cannabis does suppress the mind and the spirit and all that stuff. Uh, so I'm going to stay awake and aware, listening to the spirit. I'm going to fast off my cannabis, and I'm going to put certain things away that it says to put away, and just concentrate on healing, because I'm ready to get up off bed rest. I really am, you know. And I'm not taking any more medicine that the doctors prescribed. You know, the ones that they gave me that relieves the pain and inflammation is not good. Like, you're not even supposed to take it more than 5 days. Out of 15, I think I took like 4 or 5. You know, I tried to, it recommended 3 a day, but I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I basically took, you know, 1, and then I wait till that expired and take another, just simply because, you know, I don't want that in my system. Something that comes with a big warning label, well, you don't want it all in your body. You know, it's important to be aware of your environment and what you're touching and handling and tasting, because that shit will poison you. That's why you know, when it comes to chemicals, I'm like, you know, I didn't want to put the chemicals in my house, but at the same time, you know, the scorpion's sting is deadly to me, you know. So, you know, it was, I guess, the lesser of the two evils, you know. Um, That's basically what it is. It's like, what is the lesser of the two evils? You know, if you use chemicals over time, then yes, they can be deadly, or if you touch them, they can make you sick, or, you know, there's all this that goes with it, and it gets daunting. And I'm not mindless in this world. You know, there's some that go around in this world and they don't fucking think. They're like Beavis and Butthead. They're like, eh, you know. And, you know, ignorance is bliss. However, I'm not fucking ignorant. I'm aware. And, you know, that's what I don't understand about those around me. I'm like, wake up and be aware. Be aware of yourself. I don't know if Allah can communicate with the spirit. I think it all depends of development. Some don't develop that way. It's not easy. Especially the truth of everything. It's not easy to be awake and aware in this world. You're like, okay, I'm ready to check out, please. But I'm not, because I love my mom and I want to be here for her. And I want to be healthy so I can help her. I don't want to be a burden. And that's why, like, me and not being on bed rest and having issues is not what I want to do, because I want to be for my mom. I'm like, hell. And I got shit to do too. I want to be strong. I don't want to waste away. And that's what I say to y'all out there. If you do not want to waste away, then you have to be aware of everything. You can't be scared of why your body's going like this. You can't live in a fairy tale and think that you're going to get better just by the concoctions that are given to by doctors, because they give that shit to everybody. They don't know your diagnosis. They just give you one. So you got to figure out, if you get too many minerals or this or that, then it's bad. Another big thing is those caffeine drinks. You can't drink a lot of those. You're not even supposed to be drinking them at all, because too much caffeine in the body attacks the heart. It starts attacking the kidneys. It starts wearing you down. Now, I don't understand why these things are sold on shelves and put such labels, but it does say, like, one of them does say a Monster energy drink. That means there's a monster inside. That means there's a monster that once you drink it and put it in your body, it's going to tear up your body, because it's a monster. Red Bulls sit there and tear you up. So you're basically putting a live bull in your system. It's going to wreak havoc. I do my best to, pay attention to labels, and see the truth of them. That's what you do. You got to see it in different ways. This world is deadly, and the demons and devils are running it. They're selling it. They're buying it. They're trading it. Anyways, I hope this helps out there. You can be getting sick of something that you've been using for years or eating for years. Sometimes it's better to just sit and talk in the spirit. And if you can't stop talking in the spirit, then you get a notebook and a piece of paper and start writing down your daily activities. What you use, what you wear, laundry soap, hand soap. When COVID came out, all the sickness, people started using that hand sanitizer. Well, for one, that takes the protective layer off your hands. It just eats it away because it's alcohol. And that means you can absorb more through your fingers and hands. Now, I've gotten where I will wash my hands when I go public, but at the same time, I'm not a major hand washer. I have been more wiping my hands off since I've put the poison, the spray down in my cabin, simply because I don't want to ingest any of that chemical. And I also wear socks because I sprayed around my floor. And my sprayer that I was using was a shitty one, so it kind of splattered. I did mop. I need to mop again. But you can pick up stuff through your feet where you walk, the bottom of your feet. And at least you got, complete thick pads. The bottom of your feet are going to absorb toxins. Your hands are going to absorb toxins. You can suffer from a sunstroke by not covering your head, because your head, like when I go out in the sun, even if it's like a mild day, it could be just kind of, not hot, but, kind of on that uncomfortable level, and you think you can just do it. My head will start fucking heating up immensely. Like I can touch the top of my head. And that is because not only the sun is coming down and the heat's coming down with that, but also the head is known to, that's where heat is released. So it's good to be aware. Anyways, That's what I say. Be aware. And, you know, if you go to a church and there's a woman at the head of the church, then big fucking deal. I don't know where that's coming from, but leave it alone. It's not something to really worry about. You know, if the Spirit puts someone in front of you to talk to you, then don't use their gender against them, because they were put in that position for a reason.